I would like to welcome you to today's lecture on immunity. Immunity seen from many points of view, because the Nutrivi Holistic Peptide Complex product actually works on our body in several different ways, multi-directionally. My name is Pavel Suchanek, and I work at the Institute for Clinical and Experimental Medicine in Prague in the Laboratory for Research on Atherosclerosis. I am also a co-founder of the FitBee network of diet clinics, where, together with nutritional therapists, we educate young people, or people suffering from various conditions, on therapeutic nutrition. We also educate coaches of young athletes on how to compose children's nutrition during training camps, and the parents of children involved in sports, so that they know how these children should eat in relation to their physical activity. At the same time, I'm also a member of the scientific board of the Nutrivi brand, where I am responsible for the issue of the effects of certain nutrients and components of dietary supplements on human health. It is about how to put this information into practice and how to combine the individual ingredients to achieve synergies and multifunctionality, so that we can then market products with such interesting effects, as in the case of the Holistic Peptide Complex. Since we have peptide complex in the name of this product, this obviously means that we are based on peptides from fish collagen. They are extracted by cold extraction from fish skins, and at the same time, they are freeze-dried, so they can be stored for as long as possible and protected from the effects of, for example, mold or bacteria. This means that freeze-drying itself not only protects the peptides, but also enables one crucial thing, which is the preservation of their biological activity. Today, it is already known that the activity of proteins and peptides springs from their spatial structure. And if I, let's say, take an egg and crack it into a glass, and it becomes liquid, it may change depending on the container I move it into, but it will still have that liquid form. But when I throw an egg into a hot pan, its structure becomes different and irreversible, making it impossible to restore its original activity. We lose that essential element, the biological activity as such, and freeze-drying makes it possible to preserve biological activity due to the fact that the product retains its spatial structure, which is very important for proteins and peptides in relation to, for example, immunity, but not only immunity. Other important ingredients that can be found in this holistic drink are mushrooms used in Chinese medicine. We are currently trying to combine information from Western medicine and information from Chinese medicine in cases in which it makes sense, and here, the combination of three important mushrooms: reishi, agaricus, and maitake. We have a very interesting synergy between peptides, Chinese mushrooms, and other ingredients that also go into the holistic drink. These are, of course, vitamins. In addition to vitamin C from chokeberry, there is also astaxanthin. Which is a very powerful antioxidant from freshwater algae that has a very strong immune support effect. We also have piperine, which is an ingredient that enhances the effect of the other ingredients in the product, and of course, piperine is always combined with curcumin. The combination of curcumin and piperine enhances the effects of both Chinese herbs and peptides derived from fish collagen. At the same time, there is another ingredient, the extract from European blueberry, which contains substances that, among other things, strengthen blood vessels. We already know that if immunity is to work well, we need to get nutrients to the organs in the right way. This pathway leads through functioning blood vessels that are sufficiently elastic and permeable. And so we achieve a synergistic effect, influencing immunity on the one hand with peptides, and on the other with antioxidant vitamins from chokeberries by using the antioxidant enzyme astaxanthin. Then we have Chinese herbs, and finally we have curcumin with piperine. So we have 6 different directions of action, and each of them leads to an improvement in the functioning of our immune system. It is basically up to us which direction we prefer, but this action is is complex, multi-directional, and mutually supportive on a synergistic basis. And that is why the Holistic Peptide Complex is so interesting. It is based on scientific information and also combines scientific information from both Western and Eastern medicine. It is worth noting that it is already confirmed that the combination of 3 mushrooms used in Chinese medicine allows us to obtain very interesting effects. For example, anti-allergic or anti-inflammatory effects. These results come from Western medicine, which means that even Western medicine in some cases reacts very positively to information and experience of Eastern, for instance, Chinese medicine, as in the case here. On this basis, we can create a complex product that has a very strong and very positive effect, not only on immunity, but because there are peptide fractions, it also affects our skin, because it is known that when a person is in good condition inside, it is quite often visible outside, that is on the skin, in the quality of hair or nails. All this together acts as one synergistic supportive complex, which has a much wider effect than if there were peptide fractions alone, or chokeberry alone, or Chinese herbs alone. It's about working together and supporting each other. That is the most important thing.